How will you describe a true African woman now?
The Gen Z are beginning to embrace probably the Western culture or what they see on media.
Yeah.
And now it's corrupting their mindset.
All right, thank you. The following is with Princess Lucy and Sanvi Godman. I invited these wonderful people. This is their first time on set with me. So we are going to discuss what it means to be an African man and a traditional African woman, how African home should be and how it has been. So I brought these incredible people, a titled man, and I believe also a well-knowledge African woman to explain to us and make us understand what it means to be an African man and African woman. So, Princess Lucy, can you introduce yourself to us?
My name is Princess Lucy. You said it all already.
Yeah.
Our first time joining him on the sets, and I think he's a great man.
Sanvi Godman.
All right. I am Sanvi Godman, like he rightly said. Onochie Ishiako.
Yeah.
Wonkolo. Yeah.
So, how long have you been in Dubai?
5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
Wow. I've been here for like 3 years. Yeah. What about you, boss?
Yeah, 6+.
6 years?
Yeah.
So you guys have been like nationals now, like the locals now. I want to ask you this common question. Have you had any relationship here?
Not really.
Okay. But not really like African or?
Yeah, African.
Okay. What about you, boss?
No.
Okay. So our topic is, just like during the introduction, trying to understand what it's like. So I think I will start with you. Can you explain to us what it means to be an African man?
Okay. An African man. Okay, well, the word African, I think it relates to our culture. It relates to how a man sees a home, authority. Being an African man, we always want to be like the providers. We always want to be, in control of our home, and then have our wives support the home. It gives us joy to provide. It gives us joy to protect. Yeah, these are the basic fundamentals that make you proud as an African man. When you are a proud African man, it means you have the ability to provide for your family, protect. You are the aim of authorities. You're respected by your own peer groups. These are just the basic things that makes you a proud African.
How will you explain an African woman to us? A traditional African woman.
A traditional African woman is meant to be submissive to her husband. And like he said, a provider, a protector. So if a woman has a provider and a protector, she doesn't have any reason to fear. So she just have to submit, support, and just listen, just follow instructions.
Follow instructions?
Yes, because if he's there to provide and he's there to protect her, what else does she want?
In this time and age now, you're saying that a woman should follow instruction in the house?
Okay, he's talking about African. We are talking about back African modern days.
No, we're talking about now. I said what it means to be an African man.
Right now.
Right now. The culture never changes. It's same, right?
No. There are room for development.
Okay.
There are room for improvement.
Okay.
There are room for change. Just the way our iPhones changed from 10 years ago.
Yeah, iPhone is not a culture. iPhone is not a tradition.
16 and all that. Things are improving. Things are advancing. People are learning new things that is suitable for the society. So you cannot expect women 10 years back to behave the same way. You understand?
Yeah.
So there's a little difference though.
Okay. What is it that you expected to improve? Like what aspect of the tradition that, okay, this aspect, these are what our men are doing that I think they should improve on a little bit?
I think the divorce rates, it's really, really bad. Men just get married and after some time, they're no longer interested in the women they marry and they just remarry again. They just divorce and remarry, divorce and remarry.
In Africa?
African men do that a lot these days.
Okay.
They feel like they want a new wife. They feel like they want someone younger. Like, let me say Gen Zs. Like, you see what is happening now, the Yellow Dolce, P Square, right? So they feel like they want something new. So it's not a good thing. I think they should, do better.
But around you, does it happen around you, or just because of these two people, maybe on the media? Around you, like everywhere you've seen your family, extended family, community.
Yes, of course, it's happening around me, even in my family. It does happen.
Okay, I've not seen really this one. It's not that it doesn't happen, but I don't think I've seen it like that.
It does happen.
How would you describe a traditional African woman?
Okay, a traditional African woman. We call them mama.
Okay. I mean, now, don't just like she said during her first submission, she said she was thinking, before. But the question I'm asking is, like, now, how will you describe a true African woman now?
Well, there is no way I'll be able to describe the current African woman without, first of all, giving you an idea of what an African woman is previously.
So it's still the same thing or what?
It has changed. But I think there is a way I can diversify it. Like she said, Gen Z.
Okay.
I don't know. Sorry to say, I feel the Gen Z are beginning to embrace probably the Western culture or what they see on media.
Yeah.
And now it's corrupting their mindset. Because the normal Mama Africa I used to know is like the roof over the home. She never leaves the home. The kids, everyone will go out there, but they will come back to the home with a roof over the home. But nowadays, what we have is Gen Z. I don't even know if I'll call them Africa again, or let's say I would say Gen Afrique. They are emulating what they see in the West, and hence the divorce rate too. Hence the divorce rate, hence the baby mamas, hence these negative attributes that we are seeing that doesn't really actually project us as the Africans that we used to be.
You know, the Gen Zs that you guys are talking about, or the Gen Z that you're talking about that is trying to shift our culture, are the Gen Zs that we mostly see online twerking. You know, recently now, the new trend is sex video everywhere. After they do what they're doing behind the scene, and they'll go and leak it out there just to get to be popular in the media space. So the Gen Z, or the people that is trying to take the culture away or trying to make us adapt with the new trend or new reality. This new reality are people that we will get married to, and they will take care of our home. Taking care of our home is they're taking care of our offspring. And if you allow them, this is my understanding, if you don't install the culture in your home and stand on it, you are going to bring up an African man that's supposed to be naturally masculine to come and start debating what man can do, a woman can do it. You understand?
Yeah.
If you allow our culture or to start measuring the culture with this new Gen Z or trend in this, it means that you are going to raise a man who can come up in the future and say, I don't feel like a man.
But sadly, that's what's going on. And I can tell you the mechanism that is driving this. Media is the major mechanism. You know, people underestimate the power of media. A lot of things that our Gen Z are learning today, they learned it from media. Even the issue of twerking and whatever you talk on video, where did they learn it from? They learned it from the West. You know, our popular artist who does these things. And now, the worst part now is everybody wants to go viral because media is a new business per se. So if you ask any lady now, I want to go viral, and I think the fastest way for me to go viral is to expose my nudity. But they don't see the moral angle of what they are doing.
But this is not our culture. This
is not our culture, but it has eroded. And our leadership, of course, they have not even been able to handle the economy or even the country's security. Is it to handle media? So that side would have been where we would hope on. But unfortunately, there is no hope in that angle. So parents have more assignment to do to retain our previous culture.
So you believe in a traditional African woman sense. You believe in that sense to be a traditional African woman.
I believe in that sense, just the way he said. Parenting. it's very important that you have two parents that will train you and help you, teach you what this African sense woman is. Because of the divorce rate and the baby mama, a lot of people are raised with single mothers, which they really don't understand what it is to be an African.
Yeah.
So I still believe in this African woman.
Okay. If you believe in an African woman, a traditional African woman, right? That means there are boundaries to things you should do.
Exactly.
Boundaries like in the night, you want to go out with your lady friends, right?
So you're saying because I am an African woman, I shouldn't go out?
No, you should go out, but you're no longer single.
Even before, they used to go out at night.
Yeah.
They do
No,
go out.
now you now have a home. If you're going out in the night, who are you going out with?
I mean, you're married or single?
Yeah, no, if you're being married.
If
As
your
a tradition,
husband permits you to go out at night, even if you're married, you're allowed to go because he's
I don't think I will permit you to go.
That is your opinion. That is not for every man.
No, this is African culture, right? Now, the reason why you should not go out in the night is because there are people you're going to take care of. You're going to take care of your kids. Maybe you're going to read Bible to them if you're a Christian, or read Quran to them if you're a Muslim, right? You're going to tell them stories, maybe how your parents brought you up, or, you're going to tell them family stories or anything just to educate them. But if you're going outside there, that you're not going outside with your family, you're not going outside with your husband, no. What you doing outside? I don't think that is our modus of operandi as an Africans.
Back then, they used to go out. So people used to go out. There are burials, there are meetings.
No.
We have women's, this Igbo thing they used to say, August meeting.
Yeah.
A lot of things to do out there. So it depends on your husband, as I said. If you're a married woman and you feel like you need to go out and hang out with your friends and you discuss this with your husband and he's comfortable with where you're going, then it's fine. You should go out
in the night.
Yes.
No, I think if your friends need to visit you as a married woman, they will come to the house, or you going to their house.
Well, that's your opinion, and you're not in every married person's house.
No, it's not how. Is that not how it should be, or is that not how it is?
Going out, if I, as an African man, I want to let my wife go out, the question is, where are you going?
Mm-hmm.
That's the major question that comes in. Okay, you're going to church. I know most of our African mothers, we love to pray.
Did you?
If only prayer have developed Africa. Well, but we love to pray. Yeah. You can go. Or maybe you have a week keeping, and I am sure where you're going for that week keeping, you can go.
Yeah.
But if you're coming to give me that Gen Z vibes,
but when I say going out in the night, I don't mean going church or going week keeping or going meeting, just like she said.
Yeah, if you're coming to give me that Gen Z vibes, honey, I'm gonna hang out with my friends at the club. Easy, we go where?
That is
where
you
you
should be
go?
specific. Then you're very specific.
No,
you said go out.
No,
and I said
if I mean going out in the night is not meeting. Meeting is one of the community work that African women do to keep community safe and healthy and sane, and keep the community sane.
Okay.
So that's part of their job to do as women. Even in my community, if there is any man giving too much headache, they will call the women to go and visit that man. Because if you call the man, if the man comes to village meeting, he will be doing, we are this strong. But when women go and visit that man must have everything. You understand? Because their condition is like this. This is what we want. And if the man is not listening, the women will bring that complaint to the village. Then the village will decide, okay, this is what our wife wants, But when I say a traditional African woman, I don't think is in our culture for a traditional African woman to be going out in the night.
I agree with you.
Good?
Yes.
So this is where my questions comes from. As a traditional African woman that wants to raise a sane family, how would you do that? In this time and age right now. And in this time and age comes with club. It comes with Instagram.
Okay.
It comes with everything that has to do with what is going on now. And everybody, if you also see what is going on online, most of the Western men, they are crying because they are not in a relationship with a traditional woman. Somebody who understands how home should be. You understand? So, and from me and from my understanding, because I think they don't really have that family culture, if you ask me. And we are naturally family oriented because everything we do is family here, family there. So if this is how we were brought up, how will you raise your kids now?
So I'm just a housewife. I don't
No,
work.
it depends on what you understand or the understanding between you and your spouse.
No,
I'm talking about raising kids.
am I just a housewife raising kids, or I'm working and raising kids at the same time, and I'm running my husband at the same time? What am I doing so I can know where I can
If it's from my own angle, if I can provide for both of us, if I can, I'll prefer you stay with the kids. It's not that you are going to stay in the house, start washing and cleaning, but I'll always want you to know the whereabouts of the kids at all times.
You're looking for a typical African woman to marry. So you go get a typical African woman to marry, and she will raise your kids just the way you want, because this is a very deliberable issue, and this is what you and your partner need to agree before you're even going to get married to her, okay? As the Bible said, yeah, it's not good for a man to be alone, so he will provide him a helper suitable for him. Genesis chapter 2 verse 18, suitable. So you go for a woman that is suitable for you. If you want that kind of African woman, then you should go for it. Because in this Gen Z world now, it's not all women that want to be a housewife and stay all at home without working. Even if the man is earning, some of them want to contribute to the society. They want to contribute to themselves. They want to contribute for their kids. They want to support the family. So in that way, raising the kids, it's a little bit different from your African.
Another thing is, if I can provide for both of us, it means that she can have a business. And then if she has a business, nobody is controlling her time. You understand? So in that area, she's supposed to know where the kids are at all time.
No matter how much, as long as she's doing a business, she will not have that full time for a kid. She will never have it.
Okay, because the only person I will trust 100% is with my kids is my wife.
Then she don't need to work.
Let me come in this situation. If you have a wife and you set up a business for her, it means she is in control of her business, which means she is in control of her time. So I don't see the gaps where she might not be able to have control for the kids. But the situation is twisted when she is gainfully employed like you, where she don't have control over her time anymore, except what her boss demands. There and then, you and her may have to negotiate how she's going to run the house. Yeah. So if you want your woman to have that full time for your home, two things involved. You either make all the provisions, and then she has no excuse to not take care of the home. Secondly, you may also empower her by setting up a business for her, which gives her control over her time, and then also allows her to plan herself towards controlling the kids and the home. But if you are working 9 to 5 and your wife is working 9 to 5, brother, tell me how she's going to have full control over your kids, your home and everything. So this is where mutual understanding has to come into play. There might be some parts she has to feel, like, of course, the romantic parts where she has to make special food for you. Some special occasions, but not you expecting it regularly. That would be selfish of you. And there are some parts that you may have to maybe employ the hand of a maid to fill in maybe those parts of washing and all that. Now, this is not an excuse for her to say, I am working, so I don't have time for you anymore. You have to just either find a way around this. No. She owes you special occasions. Sometimes she has to cook special food for you. And you guys also specially go to the other room. You understand where I'm coming from? She owes you those special occasions. But you are not to expect it regularly. most especially when she is working in another company. So if you want to be the African man, one, make the provision, or set up a business where she can have control over her time.
Yeah.
But it will be selfish of you as an African man to be working, and your wife is working, and you want her to have your food prepared every morning, afternoon, and evening, and then you want her access to your kids, wash the dish. Come on.
No.
That's witchcraft.
That was not my submission. That was not my submission. And if you look back again, right, in the village, you will see that most men that they are working, maybe construction work, driving and all that, their wives have stores. They have something that they are selling, you understand, to support or because they don't want to stay idle. Yes. But every 2 o'clock, you know what happens? The children comes back from school and they will go and feed the kids. They will remove their bags, check. If you came back with this one, if you came back with this one, if you came back with this one. And now, if you have nanny, somebody that can take care of all those things, yes, because I'm not expecting my wife to wash my clothes or clean our house or clean the cars. I'm not expecting that. But I'm expecting her to take care of the children. And
but in this case, you have provided the provision already.
Yes. That is what African man is. African man provides. You said it from the onset. They provide. What are they providing? They're providing protection. They're providing food. They're providing a roof over the family. It's not that they are doing half. You cannot do half and expect everything. It's not possible.
Yeah.
So a true African man in our tradition, back in the day, 150 years ago, they go to the farm. In the morning, the man leaves house, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, goes to the farm, and he comes back in the night. Every day, because this is how it was measured. How many tubers of yam how many farm can you take care of as a man? And what the woman does is bring food in the afternoon for the husband and go back to the shop and go to take care of the kids. But now we are no longer going to the farm or doing whatever, but we have something that we are doing to take care of the family, taking care, providing, protecting. That is what you're doing. If your man is living up to this expectation, would I expect my woman to live up to her expectation?
Like I said.
And what is that high expectation? This is my question as a true African woman.
Well, if definitely as an African woman, they already know their role to play. But the question is, what is the background that she is meeting? So like you rightly said, if you are making the provision, then she has no choice than to be the woman that she should be. But the only twist is... Which is cooking, taking care of the home.
Leave cooking and cooking.
Okay, wait. Now, let me ask you one question, because it's like you are over-expectant of an African woman.
Yes, I guess.
Hold on. Your expectation is going on.
Okay.
What do you actually want?
I just said it is only 2 things.
And what is that?
Taking care of the family.
Okay.
Including me. Not cleaning.
Okay.
Not doing
you are
dishes.
Taking care of the family.
Not doing domestic work.
Okay, so then... I want to understand. You know that word, taking care of the family?
Yeah.
It sounds very light to you, right?
But it's heavy. It's a big job to do. Cooking, cleaning is part of taking care of the family.
Cleaning.
No, bros. We cannot leave this things. No. You are completely...
No.
You are making us confused.
Do you know why I say leave cleaning?
Yeah.
Because me now, this is who I am. You see me that I'm fit. I want my woman to be fit.
Okay.
You see? So I'm not going to allow her to use her spare time to go and start sweeping, mopping and all that. No. I would like her to know what is going on in the world. I would like her to be fit. I would like her to do her nails. I would like her to take care of herself. I would like her to make me not to look outside.
And take care of her family too.
Yeah, I'm part of her family.
Now
I am
word,
part of her family.
Is where I think you need to understand clearly. You cannot take care of your family outside hygiene.
Yes.
You cannot take care of your family outside training your kids what they should believe or what they should not believe.
Yes.
Spiritually,
yes. Academically,
yes.
physically,
Yes.
mentally.
Yes.
So
that is her job.
it's a job.
That is her job.
Now,
Because there is somebody taking care of the house, the cleaning aspect, domestic work. So it's her job to say, you did not clean this place or this place, because it's her home.
Okay.
okay, sir,
Supervise the home.
we know that you are a great provider and you are able. But when you are a man who doesn't have those maids, what then happens?
Then you start raising up children who will grow up in the future and start getting confused of their gender.
I disagree.
Yes.
I disagree.
Yes.
I disagree.
Okay,
You know why I say
I
so?
will put this up to you now. Do you know there are some ladies you will see outside, they will tell you what a man can do, a woman can. They will start measuring themselves on, we do this, we can do that. Do you know
But
where
let's
let's start from?
Let's
Because
go
of
back.
their mothers were doing these things. They found out their mother was masculine. Like
Yes,
that.
because
I
their
agree
father,
with him.
who
I
they
agree
grew
with
up with, was not up to the task.
I agree with him.
Okay, now, but hold on. Remember, the question was having a maid, right? So that she can get time to nurture the kids. Do you know that even this maid you are depending on to give your wife all that time might even be the reason why she will be more distracted?
What?
Because when she is closer to the kids, taking care of the kids, doing the calls with the kids, she's not only grooming kids who would stand a future, she is also having that proximity to reach out to the kids. But when you are putting a maid in between her and the kids,
A mate.
you give her that freedom to even distract herself.
I don't get
Because you have already provided all the basics.
Yes.
And then your woman is in the house and you want her to have an intense relationship with the kids. Then why bring the mates in?
No, the mates are for domestic works. Anybody that will be in a house that is not part of the family is for domestic. The things I don't want her to do, the things I'm not going to do, the things the children are not going to do.
So in other words, this maid is not interfering with his kids, just his wife and his kids. And the maid are doing the
Yeah.
That's his idea. That's his
Okay.
ideology.
Yeah.
Anyway, I agree with your previous statement. I just want to add to it. If a man and a woman is providing at home, it tends to raise kids that have this ideology of what a man can do, a man can do.
Yes.
That is very, very true.
Okay.
Because in a society where a woman goes to work 6 in the morning and come back 6 in the evening, the husband goes to work 6 in the night and come back 6 in the morning, these daughters that they are training will have the same mentality. If my mom was working and my dad took it, I can work as well. The boys as well. So it's going to have this type of masculine ladies who want to grow up and be super independent. And you know, if you do this extra SS independency, you become like a man. That's what you were trying to say. And I agree with you. You're totally right.
And if you are looking at a true masculine man, this kind of thing irritates him.
Yes, that's very true.
So this is not African culture.
That's
What you just explained now is not African culture. And this brings me to the part where I'm asking, what is the true definition of traditional African woman? And definition of traditional African man, you explain that the man need to be a provider. And he's going to be really, really masculine. He's not going to play with his family. He's not going to play with his kids, right? And if this man is capable of providing and really, really wants, the thing that women will say that I don't want my man or my husband cheating on me. Okay, now, there is another provision or another thing you can do. There is time for you to go and work out, stay fit, do everything that will make your man not to look outside since he has provided the time for it. Do whatever you want to do, your hair, your nails, whatever. You want to stay in the bathroom for 2 hours, you already have the time, right? And take care of your children. Make a good meal for everybody to sit on a dining and enjoy, tell whatever story they want to tell. That is all the man is asking. And this is how it has been. When the man comes back from farm, the woman will bring food. The children will sit, everybody will sit. The man will tell story what happened, how a snake nearly beat him and how he killed the snake, right? And the woman will tell story of what happened in the market, this. When you are not at home, this person came.
Yeah, you are emphasizing having time for each other and being able to provide so that time will be there. But look at the generation we are now.
Exactly.
You are still talking about the generation. And you are not from this generation.
No, you
And
don't.
what we are doing right now.
We are from this
What,
generation.
you need to
Okay.
get
We need
where
to
I'm
be
going.
realistic.
We need to be
Okay.
realistic.
Okay.
You are talking about an ideal African man. We understand that.
Uh-huh.
But in reality now, check the current situation of Africa, economy-wise, industrial-wise.
Finance.
What makes you think that men who actually have this dream that you have are not deviating?
So it's dream.
Yes, because
Yeah, it's a
you're
dream.
talking
It has
about
not become a
how things are very affordable and cheap back then. You just need to get a land and cultivate a farm. But right now, even if you get a land, you cannot cultivate a
No,
farm.
but right now we are not cultivating farm. We have other things we
That's
do
what he's saying.
that can
that
still make us provide very well.
it is very, very difficult. Few men can still provide 100% for their family. Few men.
Mm.
Like, let me say 70% or 60% can provide 100. Rent. We're talking about Dubai, huh? Rent, NEPA bill, a lot of things, school fees,
Even
health
back in Africa.
insurance. Men also need women to help them in this era, this Gen Z world. Men also find it okay for their women to work so they can support them financially. Men also love women that are intelligent so they can advise them, they can dialogue, like we can have a discussion.
That
and
is
have
why I
the
said
same
to know,
belief.
have time to know what is going on in the world.
Okay, now we can share the same belief,
Yeah.
we can arrive at a point and we're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
maybe you can do it like this, baby.
Yes.
So men in this era also want women like that. No one is going back to the olden days man.
Yeah.
Because all those olden days men are dead, really. You cannot find any of this 100% provider, even if you see the richest man in Nigeria. His wife is doing something. The richest man in Africa, their wives are busy. That's if they're married. Their women are also, doing one business or the other.
Yes.
Yeah, so,
But they are controlling their time.
so this 100%.
They are controlling their time.
This 100% independence that you're talking about cannot work in this era like
Yeah,
that.
it can.
My brother,
Unless the money is not
my brother, let me be frank with you. Well, it's not bad though. Don't even think we're against what you're saying. What you're saying is what everybody dreams for. Being the
What you
African
guys
man,
calling it
being able
dreams?
to provide, protect,
Yeah.
I think
you
it's
know,
an illusion
and
in your mind. It's just-
empowering.
you're just-
How?
It's just some sort of a illusion that used to happen back in 100 days, years ago, and you just want
No,
to...
I saw it. I witnessed it.
No, brother.
I
We
grew
are
up
not
in it.
saying that it is not existing. Get me right, bro. Get me right. We need to face reality,
Mhm.
okay? You might be able to put your wife in these positions that you are dreaming now. But if you really, really want to impact the world today, then you have to fit into the current situation. Bro,
bills.
Africa right now, economy, it's not doing anything
So
to write
right
home
now
about.
in Africa, there is
Men
nothing like
now-
is man in the house or daddy.
We are not saying that these things you are saying doesn't exist, but what we are saying in a nutshell now is that considering the economic situation of Africa,
Yeah.
men nowadays are beginning to seek women that can be a backbone, not because they are lazy, but because they cannot just carry the load alone anymore because of the bad situation.
Yeah,
the
I
whole
understand
system
that. I
If we
understand
must
that.
face this harsh reality,
I understand.
then we must find a way.
must advance, we must grow.
I
we must
understand that.
improve.
I understand that.
There is room
But
for
but
improvement.
if you're talking about this thing now, that means what you're saying now contradicts your submission. The first.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't. An
Because I
ideal
asked you to-
African,
yes,
an ideal African man
is yes.
provides and protects. Yes, we know that. Now, your being an ideal African man should also be able to help you to discuss and adjust with your wife in a harsh situation.
No matter the
Even in the Bible, Abraham at a point in time had to compromise Sarah. But let's not go into that complex situation.
Okay.
A woman can assist you even though it is your right to provide and protect. So long as you have mutual respect for each other, definitely you guys are going to discuss the pros and the cons of your marriage. But this feeling of, I must protect, I must provide, guy, when you can't, what happens? This is why sometimes some men begin to have issues with their wife when
You're
their
still
wife
not
is
getting it.
supporting.
You're still not getting it.
No, I do 100%.
You know, I said, all right, if I can provide, if I can do everything, yes,
Okay.
if I can provide, that means I'm a true African man. This is what I do because African men, the only thing they think about is my family. How can I do this? How can I do that? How can my wife go out and say, this is the wife of Victor, this is Victor's wife? This is how we grew up.
Yes. Okay, now.
Here's an African, orientated African woman. Since he's going to be the full provider, and he can marry. And both of you can be suitable
But
for
now
each
he's
other.
living in his dream world. He's living in his dream, like
Yeah.
Disney World.
Mhm.
But when you come back to reality now,
This new world.
What do we have in reality? I'm sorry to say I'm a realist. I don't really know how to just dream. Bro, the world now we are living in, even in the West, even in this Dubai, everybody knows economy-wise, if you really want to survive, you don't have to be a loner. And then as a man, you need a woman who's not only wise and respects you, but also have a resource to
support you.
It must not be financial resource. Maybe she could have a skill that you can financially harness and watch it grow. And then both of you will fly together.
Okay.
Or then if she has her own job, fine and good. Then you guys discuss how to create your special times for the kids, and then time for work. This is in reality now. Let's stay away from this Disneyland of I'm Africa, I must protect. This is why most times we end up getting hypertension and
if
die.
If you're saying it like this, it also means that you're not really getting what I'm saying. You being in charge, you're doing okay. You're providing everything, right? You're saying a true masculine man does not mean when you get home everybody will be scared. That's not what I mean. It's not that your wife cannot talk to you.
No, that's not even where I'm
It's
coming
not
from.
that
What
you
I'm
guys
coming
cannot
from is
discuss.
no. Where I'm coming from is not about being masculine and making everybody scared. No, where I'm coming from is you believing that you must just do everything.
They're just being hard on yourself.
And then your wife must just do
No,
nothing.
Just hard on yourself.
No
reason.
For no reason, no.
Yes.
How are you being hard on yourself for no reason if you can do all these things? Tell me how you're being hard on yourself, because plenty people, you're saying 70% of the men cannot do this or can do it, right? Okay, let's say 70% of men cannot do this. The 30% of men that can provide, that can really take care and not bother about it,
then they should go for this week.
every quarter of the year they are going for vacation.
Yes.
I've seen plenty of men do that.
Get a girl from
Brother,
the
but
village.
remember
That's
the-
it.
No. What do you mean
It's
get a
okay.
girl from village?
No, brother, wait. You are looking at this thing from the angle of a man who's already successful, right?
Yes.
Do you remember not all hands are equal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so please, when you are always thinking of how you should always remember that there are lots of percentage of people out there who can't. So we should find a way to, put it in the middle. Because you can doesn't mean that the rest men in this room can. And then when they can't, are they not going to find a way to come to the middle with their partner too?
They will come to terms. Like my
Come to
parents.
terms.
I'll give you a short story. I grew up in a home where my both parents work. They are both force. My mom is a police. My dad is a police. So because of my younger ones, my dad had to go night shift for over 5 years because we are 7. My mom was day shift. My dad was night shift. They are just the way he said. You people have to come in terms and agree on how to run the family. So when my mom goes to work during the day, my dad is at home. He helps with the house chores, actually.
Yes.
He does the domestic work. He does farming. He does everything. Picks us back from school. He has a Vespa. He has a bike. He goes to school and pick everybody back. Give us food to eat. And if my mom is at work at that time because they are working 12 hours. They don't work 4 hours. She's going to come back in the evening by 6 to start preparing food. And my dad is going by 10 in the midnight. So this is how they run their home. Even back then, it wasn't really bad the way you were saying it. Maybe you're talking about 100 years ago. Because I grew up, I saw my
Disney
mother
World.
working.
But I'm not 100 years old.
My mom was working.
I'm not 100 years old.
My mom is more than 56 years old now. So if she was working and my dad was working and they were running this shift like this to take care of us because we were kids and we couldn't help ourselves. So Gen Zs are just learning from these other people. These are mainly Gen Zs and these are,
No, this is not fantasy. This is not what I watched or what I...
I'll give you
a
tip on my home.
And what I grew
I'll
up
give
with.
you a little tip on my own.
Yeah.
My dad leaves the house 4 in the morning. Prepares by 3. Even me that I'm going to school, he will take me to school.
Yeah.
So I also wake up 3 in the morning, prepare because 4 o'clock is out.
Okay.
Then he did something for my mom. My mom is into the business of producing liquid detergents. So now my mom now has that time to go and prepare her product. Still have that time to cook, store in the fridge, and little time for us. But she always makes sure to utilize every single time. Now, does that stop my dad from being the African man? Or does that stop my mom from giving my dad the African respect as a woman? Okay,
No.
so where is your Disneyland coming from? And this is their own generation. Oh. I was born 1984. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Imagine me, a child of 1984, as a baby. And then I grew up to understand how my dad and my mom operates.
Yes.
In their age, So where is this African?
Yeah.
No.
Does it stop my daddy's ability to see himself as an African who provides, who protects, and who does the things in the house? Does that stop my mom from giving him that reference? There are even some men out there.
Wait.
Okay.
You said your mom has something she's doing.
Which, yeah, of course, my dad set her up for her business.
Again?
Yes.
She's in control of her time.
Yes, she's in control of her time.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
That means she can do her duties.
Yes. But now, in a situation
Who
like...
set up the business? Who set up the business?
The
Of course, my
What are you
dad.
talking about?
But my
Okay,
mom
in
was
her-
not in control of her time because she was a police officer.
Officer?
So she goes 6 in the morning,
Mhm.
she comes back 6 in the evening, 12 hours, standing on the road, first work.
Yeah.
So she wasn't in control of her
Now,
time.
look at
My
your-
dad was washing,
Uh,
cooking,
uh,
bathing us when we come back from school, helping us with our assignments before my mom comes back by 6.
yeah.
And then he will go by 10 p.m.
Yes.
For 5 years.
Yes. No, this happens. It happens also, and they have understanding. That does not mean your mom is not a traditional African woman. Okay, compare what your mom was doing, dedicated to the family and the children. Compare it that time till now. Can any woman do that?
My mom will be a modern woman. If you were going to say that, my mom would be this modern woman. Then the traditional woman is a woman that wasn't working at all and wasn't even doing a business.
Just sit down while you
Yes,
provide and
my
protect.
dad will go to work and she has 7 kids to take care of. So that's the African woman. My mom wasn't the African woman. She was the tradition. She was the modern woman. Yes, my mom wasn't this real African.
No. Do you see? It is like maybe I'm saying something and you guys are understanding something else. Okay, see now. I asked, will you be going out in the night? That is not the way of African woman. Leave his house, his home. Okay, let's say your mom was not working. That your dad was doing everything and maybe your mom has her own business. In the night when the children are back, even if your dad is somewhere doing his work, right? And your mom will leave his children, his home, and go out with some friends.
No.
Would that happen now? Of course it happens now.
If, like me, I'm also a modern woman, like my mom. I work. I'm ready to support my husband, okay? And I am okay to find a man that wants me to support him. Because I don't want to go to a man like you that wants a woman to be at home and look after his children alone.
You're not getting it.
But
You still not getting it.
sorry, yeah.
No,
1 minute. 1 minute, yeah. You edit this part, right? Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I think there is a mix-up somewhere. Because if your question is talking about having respect for a man to know her limits, that's a different ballgame from your ability to provide and she do what she has to do. Because most of the time, it seems like we are
I guess you and I come from the same.
complimenting ourselves and at the same time complicating ourselves and
No,
complimenting
this part
Just want to oppose us.
no,
Understand? We are on the same point.
this part is not
just want to
need any
oppose us.
editing
Yes.
because it's part of what we are saying, right? So it does not mean even during that time, or it does not mean that every man can provide 100% in the house.
Okay.
No. Right? But right now, there is a reason why we are discussing this thing is because she keeps saying Gen Z, and that is the main problem.
Okay.
Now, the main problem is that, and she read Genesis chapter, verses 18.
2 verse 18.
What did it say?
A suitable helper for a man. So find a woman that is suitable for you.
So now, the Gen Z does not believe that they are helper. Now, they need to be submissive. They don't believe that.
They are helper, but suitable for who wants them. There are men that do clubs and they want a woman that do stripper. So that is a perfect helper. There are a lot of men that do high.
Okay.
No, I'm serious.
This is a new one.
No, these days there are men that do hype men in the club and they want a woman who will twerk. So this is a suitable helper. People marry each other. There are men that
And then
do drugs.
they will give birth to what kind of kids?
Yeah. That's a
This is what is
The
happening
kids will
now.
now be a twerk.
Even in Dubai, people do these things. Dancers marry each other. They dance in the club the same night. They go back home to sleep. There are different type of occupations now. Not like before where you have a banker and you have a lawyer. Now there are so many type of occupations where you see a woman going for photography in the club and her husband is the one singing. He's the artist and she's the one taking
that is not.
Go
That's
for
not
a woman
my job.
that is suitable for you.
That is
go
not.
on your own lane.
That is
You
not.
can be
No,
compatible.
no, wait. That is not a bad job. That is not a bad job. But the only thing I want is how can we raise a sane family, a sane
How
children?
can you really
Go
raise
for
a
a
sane kid?
decent woman. Go for a decent woman, and both of you. will
Where
have
is she?
decent-
Africa. Don't say go back to village, because that is not where you will see
Proverbs said,
understanding
"He who
women.
finds a wife finds a good thing." The Bible didn't say he was going to throw a wife for you. He said you will find a wife. So you will go and find a wife who is suitable for you.
Mm.
So it is not our responsibility to help you find a wife that is suitable for you.
Mm.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're
You
right.
have to find. You
Yeah.
have to find.
And if, as a traditional African man, where I'm going again, because there are a lot of things we've seen online, and Gen Zs keep going online. Most of the things they learn it from internet, online, social media. And that is the problem. Now, you cannot come now and be doing a TikTok video twerking in front of your kid.
I don't have a problem
Have
with
you
that.
not seen that? Huh?
I don't have a problem with that, because if you have a Gen Z husband, for example, Gen Z husbands are young boys. They have money more than all these people that work in the bank. So these guys don't really care about this home training that you are really focused about. They're focused about training your kids to have good morals and standards, right? These Gen Z guys don't really care. Most of them marry prostitutes, and their kids are just whatever. We don't care about that, because you are not caring about that as well. You need a decent woman, so you go for a decent woman. He needs a woman. I know some couples online that they always smoke together. I don't know if you have seen these couples. They are married. So their
Africans?
page, yes, Nigerians, Igbo, Yoruba. Sorry, their main source of getting views is smoking together. They smoke together. They twerk. You know, I will search for that and I'll send it to you. You can check their page. They advertise whatever you want to advertise. You come and pay them, and the wife will twerk. They're married. The wife will twerk. So they smoke together. They do stuff. They get along. So you go for the one that is suitable for you. If you want a modern wife, you go for a Gen Z wife. If you want a typical African woman, you go for.
So right
typical
now, it's not
African woman.
everybody that want their culture to be kept.
It's not everyone. I'm serious. See, all of us have tattoos these days. Is this our modern, previous way of living? Most of our guys have piercing everywhere. And these guys, they like it. You even see a man that takes his wife for piercing. I saw just yesterday one Nigerian artist. He took his own blood daughter for piercing. I'll send you that video. You can clip it here. He said she wanted to pierce her tongue or something, and he said no, she should check somewhere else. And then she decided to pierce her tummy. And the father is a Yoruba man, an African man. He took his daughter for piercing. So people have advanced, my love. Don't.
No, what kind of advancing is that?
sorry.
They grew up in the West. He said that these people grew up
A
in the West.
Nigerian man grew up in the West, and a Yoruba man.
Most of them do.
You
Of
see,
course, they do.
One thing we need to understand about this marriage thing, modernity thing, Gen Z thing, it starts from you. For example, like you said, find a helpmate, a woman that will help you, right? The question is, who is she helping?
Hmm.
You are a drug addict and you want to marry a woman. What is she coming to meet?
Help you
What
push
is the
it.
orientation of man she is coming to
Help you
meet?
to cover up your.
And then what kind of ideology is a drug addict
Maybe a
going
lawyer.
to project to the kids?
Yeah. Maybe
So what I believe, if we really want to save our generations, you as a man, if you have an ideology of yourself and you have discovered that this is who you are, and you feel that if you project this ideology to your family, you're going to create those kids with that African positive mentality that you are expecting. It starts from you.
yes.
It's not African mentality is family.
Don't get me wrong, oh.
When you
It
go
is
when you
good.
go out and do something, be mindful of what you do so you not bring shame back to the family.
Exactly. But now, like what I am saying in a nutshell, okay, can you eliminate the Gen Zs?
No. I'm not saying eliminate it.
No, I'm coming some.
But what is our duty?
Our duty,
Yeah.
our duty starts from us.
What is that?
Now, for me to expect my children to be sane, I have to be sane first.
Uh-huh.
And then when I am sane, that's the only measure with which I'll use to measure the woman I want to come to me.
Exactly. Know
Uh-huh.
yourself
How
first.
sane she is.
Yes.
Yes.
I cannot be in the club smoking and drinking, and then I find a babe smoking and drinking. I said I want to make her my wife, and then I'm expecting a sane children. Am I okay? You can't fix square pegs in round holes. I want a woman who's going to build my children in the moral that my family built me. But I myself, I'm a hype man in the club.
In the club.
And then I saw one girl that likes to twerk a lot. And then she told me she loves me. And I said, I love her back. And we said, let's get married. And now I'm expecting her and myself to now grow kids with moral sanity. Let's stop deceiving us.
So the African, how would I say this? A traditional African woman is dying, and we should allow it to die.
My brother, the fact is this: there are certain things we can't change.
So we should allow it to die.
The influence the bad influence that is, if it is not creeping in Africa, it has already dominated.
Is it not that the men are not living up to the standard that they're supposed to?
And we are still being tied more and more. Look at Africa today. We are still being tied more and more. I don't want to go into politics. So things are even going to get worse than this. Men these days can no longer do the provision that they used to do in those days. So there's a lot of compromise coming in now. So the only thing we can do is that the few of us who still have that moral sanity, we have to first start from ourselves.
Yes, start from yourself.
So we don't longer have men that wants to go out for work, do whatever they come, just because they want to make sure that they provide the house is the wife or the family is provided for. They will have one sickness or the other, or they will have heart attack. We no longer have that. We no longer have men that I will sacrifice whatever I have, my life for my family, for them to be okay and sing. Because when a man said that time, I want my family to be okay, it means he also wants his children to have common sense.
Yeah.
And know what is right. So we no longer have those men.
We might have.
We of course we
no longer have those men.
That's what we
do.
We may have.
We do have, but the fact is that it is drastically dropping.
So it's the fault of men that there is no longer traditional women.
It's the fault of the economy.
What do you mean by economy? Economy is not common sense. Economy is not the way you were brought up and the way you should.
What is causing this economy is bad parenting. The society influenced the way he said social media. We are all learning Western world. In fact, there is a video I
Is it economy that will tell your kids 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock you should eat?
Money now.
Wait.
If you don't have money, how would you?
Wait. Is it economy that is going to tell you when it's 7 o'clock, you're telling your kids 7 or 8 o'clock, you should have already eaten your dinner and brush your teeth?
If you don't have food to give them, why will you give that rules? Economy. Why would you give rules when there is no food?
Now, brother,
right?
let me tell you how this African mentality evolved to this negative point. In those days, when you talked about our village life, the man was the total provider, right? And so he dictates everything. Not like he's a masculine dictator that everybody must die, but at least he's an authority.
Yes.
And then when the economy started dwindling in the neo-colonial times, when our economy started dwindling, I don't want to go into politics, men now started compromising their women going out to work.
Support.
That's where, like, my sister and her father and her mom started doing it, but they did it right. Nice. He stays in the day, does the work. His wife comes and does the night as against the morning. Perfect. They did it right. Why? Because they had a mutual understanding. Now, are they didn't do it right? That the woman has to go out, the man has to go out, and they are left with the kids at home for social media to train. What happens? This was where our tradition started dying gradually. So you cannot eliminate the economy out of it. However, it is a strong responsibility for a man and a woman to sit down and really plan how they want to run their family. Because if you don't run your family properly, social media will run it for you.
That's what I said from the beginning.
And social media are running your kids. Your kid of 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, because they say train up a child in the way you should grow. Economy is not going to train your kids. It's you.
This is where the parents
it's you that will install the moral standard in them. It's not social media.
That's why I said the two couples have to
come together,
have a mutual understanding how to go about it. Because it is very important. Let me give you one funny story.
No,
Recently there are some cartoons that started having X-rated contents. Cartoons for kids. And then you left your kid. You said, okay, let me rush and go and buy something and cook. Let me play cartoon for my kid. And you didn't know that cartoon is coming. And then your child is just there consuming the whole X-rated content.
Yes.
So you see, it is so delicate, the generation we are.
Yeah.
So you need two parents who knows exactly what they are going
So
into.
first, I want to round up this segment. First, I asked you to explain to us what is a true traditional African man.
Yes.
So you explained what is a true traditional African man. Then during the discussion, you went to West.
For a reason.
So I also asked you to explain what is a traditional African woman is. You also explained, but during the conversation again, you went to West.
We have to improve, yeah?
No, for a reason. For a reason.
Yeah. So what it means that everybody now, we Africans want the easy way out.
No. We are adapting to
what
the West situation at hand.
Thank you.
The real African man is a provider, a totalitarian provider. But now, during the colonial era, we started having African men who need the support of their African women. And luckily, because of the strong influence of the ideal African man, the African women were supporting the African men with that African mentality. But there came a time again in our generation where modernity in terms of media and technology and all that started coming in again, and then our dwindling economy, it came to a point.
You guys should not put this on economy.
No, you are not.
Not
I am
only
not
economy.
totally, like I said,
Not
social economy.
Yes, there are more to it.
It's multifaceted, but it all boils down to the two parents. We know we are living in a Gen Z world. For example, if I want to marry her now, okay, dear, I know we are living in a Gen Z world, though. A crazy world right now. So how do we intend to plan to keep our kids at check? Okay, this is what we'll do.
I've had a woman, or a girl or a lady told me, I hope your mom likes a short skirt. I always like to watch short skirt. I asked, are you mad? What do you mean? I hope my mother likes it.
You don't have to be angry. You don't have to ask her if she's mad.
No.
She wants a Gen Z stepmother.
What do you mean?
Mother-in-law.
No.
She wants, because as a Gen Z mother-in-law, I don't have a problem if she comes with pants. That's Gen Z mentality.
Some ladies now, you ask them, what you bring to the table, they will talk for you.
Yeah, I bring this to the table. Anyway, that's another story. Okay, about the providing and social economic, like you were saying, I'll give you another video. Faust made this video with one presenter, I think last month. I will send that video to you. And he was asking this guy, will you be a stay-home husband if your wife works and pay all the bills? I don't know if you have seen that video. This guy agreed that he will be a stay-home husband. He will wash the plates, he will cook, he will take care of the kids, and the wife will work. So men are also ready to be stay-home husbands. Why you are African? These African men are ready to be stay-home husbands.
I've joined live before. Where they were arguing. I don't need you as a man. I don't do this. I don't do this. So I wrote on the comment section, I want to join this life. So the guy accepted me. I asked the lady, did you grow up with your father? He said, no, actually they divorced. And that was the reason why they divorced. I said, okay. That's where the problem is. Your father was not up to his standard, or what he was not doing what he's supposed to do as a man.
Okay.
He cannot, it's not that he will do 100%, but just like one politician from Nigeria said, your kids need to see you putting 100% effort. That is how you become their hero. Yeah. That is when you ask a boy or a girl, who is your hero? He will say, my father. That is how a man becomes role model of his son. But when you become a Gen Z father, you will start raising men who I'm not sure if they really have balls. That is how it is. So when I said a traditional African man is masculine. Masculine is not that he's always imposing. Masculine that he knows the way. He knows how to lead. He knows how to provide. Even when he's not providing 100%, you will see that he's putting 100% effort, because it's natural for men that wants to provide. So I don't know how I would describe a man that don't want to provide, even when he's not bringing 100%.
Anyway, some men are lazy, just the way he said. Some men want to be women. Some men are really feminine these days. They want to be home.
So when I say
provided for.
when I say what is
No.
a true African man and a true African woman is because you should bring true explanation, context, so that people who are viewing will understand. It's not that Gen Z. We know what Gen Zs are doing. We know what Gen Zs are doing. And we know where, if you ask me, if you want a Gen Z right now, what will you want them to do? Let me not go that part. But we know what is Gen Z. And when you want to raise a son family, that means you have to go back, you have to ask, how did our parents did it?
Going back to your roots. Yeah, that's what I said. For
If
example,
you want to raise a son family right now,
Mm.
you have to ask yourself, how did my father raise me up?
You have to go back to
And that is being masculine
That's
and
if you have
providing.
a father, because some of these men did not grow up with their fathers. as well.
That's a story for another day, seriously, because that's another complex situation. But as far as I'm concerned, like you said, though, if you want to have a sane family, it all starts from you.
Yes.
It all starts
Yeah,
from
because
you.
you're captain of the ship, you have to lead.
Exactly. And then tell me how you're gonna be able to take economy aside, because you are so confident about being this. Because
Even when you are not providing 100%.
even when you are not providing,
He's a very
Yes.
controlling husband, from the way he sounds.
I'm
no,
not
but at first
controlling.
you said you should marry you already before.
No, what did I say? I said I'm not romantic, right? I said I'm not romantic. I said I'm not romantic.
Yeah, you said you married that. Now you are
This
saying-
is not a match.
I said I'm not. I said I'm not romantic because I know who I am.
Wahala, yeah.
Because I know who I am.
I'm already scared. The way
You
he's
know,
so masculine.
No,
The way he's so controlling. The way he wants to tell me what to do.
I don't want to tell you
I'm
what
already
to do.
scared.
I want you to be sexy at all times. I want you to live healthy. I want you to make a good food. I want you to educate your kids.
Okay.
I want you to be there to tell them, no, don't look at that on Instagram. No, don't look at that. I want you to see what they are doing.
Okay.
Even when you are not 100% providing.
I don't want to be 100% around my kids.
No,
I want to be.
providing. I'm not even talking about
I want to be
protecting.
20%.
Providing.
Yeah, I want to be 20%, 10% around. That means I will be out there grinding. So you need to be, should I say, man of the house or this?
Now,
want
let
you
me
to be
break
outside.
it down for you. African man providing economy,
Yeah.
protecting social. So protecting and providing is social economy. Your ability to provide 100% gives you that same allowance to impute the ideology you want on them.
All right.
But when you are providing minimum, and then
He's also providing.
she is providing,
He wants a submissive
When
there
provider.
comes
you are
a dividing line.
He wants a submissive provider.
Who?
A woman who also provides from the home and totally submissive.
Even at that,
That
of
is
course,
not
a
what I
woman should
said.
be submissive.
That-
But what I'm
That
saying
is not what I said.
initially, he's trying to remove economy out of it. You
No,
can't
remove
economy
economy
out of it
No,
at
no.
all.
Remove
He
economy.
said even if you're not providing 100%.
Remove economy. Remove
My
economy.
brother,
No.
you wake up from that dream.
No, you should remove economy because you cannot tell me that 7 o'clock, if there is food or there is no food, 7 o'clock, everybody is not at home. They are not working. If you have gari to soak, the children have not taken it. Or they are bad. Or know that, okay, my homework, I should talk to this person about my homework.
But that's where you and your wife has a
Okay,
mutual
I don't want us to go further. I want to
Okay.
bring this segment to close, and there is going to be part 2 to this.
Okay.
Because
So-
I really like this argument. You are really my subordinate supporter.
So
The way you are giving me feedback, and I- you know what? I need to finish
part
this
2.
guy.
There has to be part 2 to this. I don't care who wants to finish me. I have a belief, a standard, and it must be kept.
Okay.
Because I don't want to raise, I don't want to have a guy, a son that will, after 16 or 17 years, he will start getting confused of his gender. I don't want that. So, I will bring this to a close, and I also ask you to go and check my previous videos on Vic Influential, no space. Please subscribe. It's very important that you subscribe, like, and add your comment. What you think on this video will be really, really appreciated. Thank you, and see you next time.